Fast bulking only causes you to gain fat, not extra muscle. Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here. Thought I would chat with you guys and gals a little bit about this today. But a quick reminder, if you would please click like down below, be greatly appreciated. If you aren't following or subscribed, please do so. And drop me a comment down below. I would appreciate that also. Thank you so much. Let's get over to the topic. When we talk about this, I try to tell people these days, look, all the research at this point, all my experience as a coach, completely differs from what I and many people told you for years. Okay? Bulking fast literally only causes fat gain. Okay? And I can name some other big names who are all telling you the same thing. Greg Doucette will tell you that. It doesn't mean I agree with him on everything else. I don't. He'll tell you that. He's right. That's his experience having done this. Paul Carter will tell you the same thing. Menno Hanselman will tell you the same thing. So if you look at any of those three guys who all have their own followings and respect, they're all telling you the exact same thing. They are telling you the exact same thing. And the research literally supports that at this point. This has been studied. All right? And guys can't seem to get this through their head. Gaining weight faster is not causing a single gram of extra muscle growth. It's not been found in the lab. So what I'm telling you is most of you guys out there, unless you are an absolute rank novice, gaining more than a pound a month is all fat. Every single ounce of it. Let me state that clearly. If you are gaining more than 1 pound a month, and I'm not talking about a little water weight fluctuation up front, but actual real tissue weight, like your average weight, every drop of it is fat. There's not a single gram of extra muscle being obtained. None, nothing. It is all fat. All right, so then, guys will say stuff like, well, how are we supposed to bulk so slow? That's so slow to track. And it's like, well, yeah, muscle growth is slow. And yes, you might have a month where you don't gain anything and you recomp a little. But here's the thing that I would remind these guys. Here's what I would remind these guys. Recomp is still gain. And so what? At least you didn't gain any fat that month. It's going to make your cut a lot easier later. You had a whole month where you gained no fat because the scale didn't go up. But that's the other thing too, and I think guys are not always remembering. If you're, not a novice lifter anymore, you really think you're gaining a full pound of muscle. So even if you have a month where you don't gain the full pound, all you did was make it leaner. Because let's be realistic. Any of you guys who've been working out for 3 years, you honestly think you're gaining a pound of muscle in a month without steroids? You're delusional. Novices do that, guys. Guys who have been going to the gym for 10 weeks, those are who gain a full pound of muscle. People say, but some of these charts show 2 pounds for the skinny novice. But keep that in mind. That is the upper extreme. I mean, again, noting that's the extreme end of the scale. All right? That's the extreme end of the scale. When we say novices can gain 1 to 2 pounds of muscle a month, that doesn't mean they're all gaining 2, and it doesn't mean they're gaining 3. So we come back over, what if you're not a really skinny, underweight novice and you're gaining 3 pounds a month, and you're only gaining a pound of muscle? Your fat gain are way exceeding your muscle. And that sounds like a small amount, but guys, that's what's happening. Now, here's the other problem with it. Guys will panic and say, but it goes so slow. My progress is slower. I gain strength on the bench and the squat. Yeah, because you're getting leverage advantage from the fat. And I think people forget that. Those are some lifts. Some of these lifts where you get any squish involved, yes, your strength, even your rep work, is going to go up faster because of the fat, because of improved leverage. But let's come over to the other point. The same guys will say, okay, but isn't that progressive overload stimulating more growth? No. Making a lift easier does not stimulate more growth. Ooh, there's a point people are missing in that equation. You made a lift easier due to leverage advantage. Do you think making a lift easier stimulates more muscle fibers? Well, no, they don't have to work as hard. So yes, if you gained more fat, you're gonna bench 195 for 6 instead of 185 for 6 because you gained an extra 5 pounds of fat to get more squish. Same thing on your squat. Okay, because it's easier. Are your pecs going to grow more because it's easier? No, they're going to grow more if it's harder. So therein lay the problem. Guys are confusing the fact that it allows more progression by improving leverages, giving squish, all these things with stimulating growth. But guys, we stimulate muscle growth through getting to those deeper muscle fibers, okay? We stimulate growth getting to those fibers. And I think what guys are forgetting too with maintenance calories, your muscle growth is part of your maintenance calories. All right, let's come over to that. If a guy says, well, I'm maintaining weight on whatever 3,500 calories and I'm training hard and I'm seeing some progress on the bar, yeah, part of that 3,500 maintenance is from the muscle growth. That is part of your maintenance calories. Otherwise, you would be losing weight. Yes, it costs calories to build muscle. But if it costs calories to build muscle and you were building muscle and you didn't eat the extra calories, you would start losing weight. It would turn into a cut. Understand? Keeping in mind lifting weights and recovering from lifting and all of that uses energy. It's not free. So when we talk about maintenance, well, your maintenance calories still include any muscle growth you're stimulating. It still includes the recovery from the lifting. All right, so people need a context for this. So yes, you can, unless you are really lean, you can literally sit at calorie maintenance and still make muscle gains. And people will say that. They're like, well, will it be optimal? Would I gain more if I bulk? Well, it depends on how fat you are. You're 15+% body fat, you can recomp and probably gain the same muscle you would bulking. You can do it at maintenance. Now, you're 10% body fat, probably not. See the difference? You're 20% body fat, you're 25% body fat, you could literally slow cut and gain the same muscle you would on a bulk. You could literally lose weight and still be gaining optimal muscle if your diet and training are perfect, because you have that much fat and energy reserve already. You've already bulked. Understand, guys? All right, that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys and gals next time.